Hey guys, welcome to StewTube. It is March 30th, and I just want to go over how this short that I had entered the other day ended up playing out, where I took my profits and why, and as well as look at a trade I am currently in. So I want to start here, just here on a 4 hour. We have this wedge that I've been pointing out for a few videos now, and I showed you on the 15-minute where I entered my short here. If I zoom in, sorry about that. If we zoom in here, we were really bouncing around that green support of that wedge, and as soon as we got that 15-minute close below it, I was willing to roll the dice on a short, and you can see even this next candle perfectly tested it as new resistance. So after that one closed red also, I was feeling very good about my position. As well, I had this red trend line pointed out as a floor for this general consolidation up here. So I actually had a momentum short set up just below that also, so I added to my short on the dump there. So these two blue lines are where I entered my short. And my first place where I took profits was right in this general area. I thought the dump, usually we get a one green candle and a lot of times we end up blasting past it, kind of like almost a bit of a bear flag playing out super quick, but instead this kind of was starting to consolidate along the bottom of the wick there. So as soon as we got that other green close there, I figured I was going to lock in some profits. Then what I did, I updated my stop loss to just above here on the remainder of the position, just to make sure that I was going to lock in a juicy profit at worst. And then we dumped back all the way down to here, and when we started closing green there, I decided to close some more of my short there. So at this point, I was half of my, actually 2/3 of my short was now locked in as profit. Then what I did, we had this bit of a channel start to form. We were bouncing around in here a bunch. And so what I did is I set an alert on this trend line and an alert on this trend line. And as we lowered here, I just updated my stop loss and I was chasing it. And yesterday I ended up going snowboarding, and what I did is I set my stop loss just above this green wick here, and then I was just going to wait and see which alarm went. So while I was out riding, my alert went, and I honestly thought that we would have broke to the upside of this trend, just because we were fighting it. We were going down, but very slowly. I thought we were going to break up, but my alarm said that no, it was the bottom one, so I was like, all right, well, that's great for me because I'm still in a short. But what I did then is I updated my stop loss to where I have this green arrow here, because a lot of times if we have these channels or these trading ranges and we break below them or above them, if the trend isn't able to pick up any steam and we just break back into the same trend, often that will show that it's been a fake out and a reversal is coming. So I ended up closing the rest of my short there, and it was a beautiful trade. I think at the best point it said that I was in something like a 210% profit or something like that. Most of the profits I took was, I think here was around 80% and here was around 140%, and that's just obviously a chunk of the position at a time. And then, yeah, whatever this ended up closing at, either way, it was beautiful. But then I ended up taking a long. I flipped long because I saw this little bit of a, it's a small time frame, so it's always a bit of a gamble, but I love playing 15-minute charts. So we have almost this bit of a bump and run pattern where we form almost a bit of a triangle, and then we get our dump. But then we take our trend of that triangle and extend it. And as soon as we started getting candles closing above that and then also respecting it as new support here, I ended up going long. So I flipped to long, and I wasn't between trades for very long there at all. I did end up taking some of my profits here as well as here, and I'll show you where this yellow trend line came from. Came from the start of this dump. I just extended it, and I figured that might be a target where we might get shut down as new resistance. So closed most of my position there. And then we started kind of losing steam here. I thought we were going to have a bit of a dump here, so I exited my short, or my long, sorry. And then I was just kind of waiting to get back in. I was actually thinking that this yellow trend line here, sorry, let me point it out. This yellow trend line here, I was expecting to get a close below and look to play a short here, but we started to actually form support along here, getting kind of a triple bottom along it. So I actually opened up a long at this blue line here, and I was able to have a really tight stop loss at this red line because it'll close below this little bit of structure as well as this sloping line. So my target is just below the 6,600 region. That's where I have my take profits at. Whether we make it there or not, I guess we'll have to see. I just don't want to be too committed to a long right now because I see a lot of resistance up here, which I'll show you. But I've already updated my stop loss to break, well, just a little better than break even, because I just don't want to open myself up to risk right now. So my yellow line is now my stop loss, not my red line. So I can't lose on this position already, even though it would be a tiny profit. At least it's not going to lose, right? If I zoom out now to the 4-hour chart, I'm expecting either this red line here or this green line to turn into resistance. The green line just because it's an extended line from here that we've been forming, and the red line just because it's the old floor of this general area right here. And a lot of times what you'll see is support will turn into resistance, so I'm expecting that red line to potentially act that way. That being said, if we start closing candle bodies above these lines, I would be willing to play some long positions, because as you guys know, I am totally okay to switch my position and do several trades a day if I see the opportunity for it. So that's just kind of what I have my eyes on. So we'll see how this trade right now goes. It's a 10x long, so from here we're currently sitting at, well, about a 15% profit already. If I get stopped out, it will be approximately a 5% profit, so still whatever, can't complain with that. And if I hit my target, it's going to be about a quick 30% snipe, so nothing wrong with that. Anyways, guys, that's just kind of what I've been looking at for now. There's a few trend lines that I am eyeing up and looking for confirmations along to play. I'm hoping it works out for me. Hopefully I'll be able to keep you guys updated. And everyone stay safe out there. Keep your head on straight. Don't do anything stupid. None of this is financial advice. Don't be an idiot. Pay attention to your risk reward. Make sure you're not putting way too much money on the line that you're not willing to lose, because you want to be able to lose a lot of trades. That's a part of it. So stay safe out there, guys. Have a good rest of your day.